mysterious part of his life includes an article he wrote for the Pall Mall Gazette titled How the Mail Steamer Went Down in Mid-Atlantic by a Survivor. This piece tells the story of an RMS or Royal Mail Service ship colliding with another ship, which kills many on board due to insufficient lifeboats. As a side note, he added, "This is exactly what might take place and what will take place if the liners are sent off to the sea short of boats." He then wrote a second similar story. In it, a White Star liner ship called the Majestic rescues survivors of another ship that collided with an iceberg. It is because of these stories that many believe that W.T. Stead had psychic abilities. However, what makes them even more creepy is that W.T. Stead was actually on board the Titanic when it sank and perished. The day after the Titanic sank, his daughter Estelle went to a seance where her father appeared and gave details of the Titanic sinking and his own death.
Rigid spirit is where I'll be able to communicate with it. The devices used are holding in your hand will communicate with it. Hopefully the EVP recording it, we may get white noise where I'll ask a question, we don't physically hear it, but this device may pick it up, or it may not be a direct question to me or through my guide, or they'll actually work with the spirit box, what we call the spirit box, the radio frequencies, and manipulate the white noise so we can get an answer through there. I actually feel I'm being watched in here. This is a feeling which has been put on me, and I do know it to be the gentleman we've previously spoke about, William. I would say that his energy is grounded here. He's always within this part of the building, whether, like I said before, he would have been seen. People would pick up on the hot and cold sensations, and he's very much so just reenacting what we used to do back in his day. I've already said a date to you, which I place him around the late 1800s, 1880 onwards, and I was looking further into time and I couldn't see him here any later, so I would have thought that when he was here, he may have left the company or maybe passed back then. He may have passed around the time I'm looking at him. The initial picture I saw of him, I want to say he was a lot younger, probably younger than what I am now, which is 45. But the image I was initially shown, and I can see him now, he's a much older gentleman in his late 50s. He has a wiry beard. I want to say he would have sat and pulled on it because it went to a point, unless it was physically cut to look like that. And his moustache was a lot broad and prominent in his face, and his hair was further receding to how I saw him there. So I want to place him later on in life.
William Thomas Stead was a British newspaper editor who was a pioneer of investigative journalism. He became a controversial figure of the Victorian era. Stead's new journalism paved the way for the modern tabloid in Great Britain.
The actual, you'll have to forgive me, I'm speaking two conversations here. I'm being told that the actual Latin word was given to me from this gentleman. He spoke Latin as well. He spoke just as much Latin than he did English, if that makes sense. I don't know any history of this gentleman. It's something you guys are going to have to research. Yeah. But I'm also being told from a very early on age that he did study Latin. Are you hearing something over there, or is it just me?
Oh, it might be my bag.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay then.
Yeah.
I'm being shown a book, and I don't know if this book is something he's writing with regards to spiritualism, or it's something related to his job here. I'm not sure, and it's like memoirs of something, or it's physically what he did as a medium, as a spiritualist. He was, I want to say he was renowned for doing this. He was famous for it, but just in a small group. And was he a local gentleman? Did he live in this area? Because I want to put him in this area, and I don't mean physically Darlington, but the northeast. I can place him because I'm asking for information and other bits and bobs, and I was given the northeast, but I want to go a little bit north rather than east or East Cleveland this way. I want to put him further up north, but again, it's something these guys can research.
No, I don't know.
No.
It has to be researched.
Right, okay. If I had to put him on the map, then it'd be the other side of the Tees, not this side, if that makes sense. And I just want to go a little bit up the coast rather than immediately around this area or east of Cleveland.
68.5.
It's only a degree lower from the other room.
Feels really cold here.
It's probably the corridor out here, it's quite a drafty air.
We're looking to speak to William Thomas Stead, the editor who worked here. If you can make communication with us, either through this little voice recorder, which will record your voice, or if you can speak directly into this device which Jan's holding, and you can manipulate the white noise. And I know you were a lover of mediumship and the paranormal side of things and the afterlife, so what better for you to prove the afterlife with this modern technology which we have here to communicate with you. Come on, William, come forward, give us that audible sound, or show yourself as a light anomaly on the camera which Vicky's holding. As you're probably aware, because you made contact with me, Mr. Stead, I'm too a medium like yourself. I too have a mass passion for the paranormal and spiritualism. And what better person to communicate with here in this building where you used to work. I can't say his energy's here with us now. He's around. I can feel my cowboy's giving a tip of his Stetson to let us know we're getting there.
Should we try a different voice?
Yeah, please do.
William, if you're here with us now, please could you make a sound for us? Could you bang on the files like this? Could you make a sound for us, please, William? If there's any other spirits here with us, can you please make a sound for us?
I'm showing a younger version of this gentleman now, Mr. Stead. I want to say that the feeling I'm given is he came here very young to work, and then obviously worked throughout his career in editing, whether it was all here or he moved on to something else. But the energy I'm feeling of him now, I wouldn't say he was older than 30 years of age. I don't know the age of him in that picture on that wall in that other room, but he's I'm getting a really young age feel to this gentleman, Mr. Stead. Come on, come closer to us. If you can move into this room for us now, Mr. Stead. Drop the temperature in the room. Let us feel your presence. We, with the utmost respect, to communicate with you. We too have a great passion in what you used to do as yourself, as a medium, as a spiritualist. I'm being told he had a magazine running, and it was all to do with spiritualism. And that was, right, okay. The initial book I was seeing, which I said might be in his memoirs or his writing in it, which wasn't related to this, was he was also editing like a monthly magazine on mediumship or spiritualism, something like that. That's something, Jan, if you can look into. It's like a,
I've made a note of them in my phone to have
you know, the old paranormal magazine,
yeah,
which,
like you
what
used
was
to
it
get
called?
come out monthly sort of thing, like the Spiritualist or something like that. It used to come out monthly.
Yeah,
and
if he didn't,
paranormal activity and things like that.
if he didn't input into it in a great deal, then he physically was the editor to this magazine as well. But it wasn't from this building, so it wasn't something he was doing.
Is it in this area?
I'm just being shown this book again, and then as I looked again, it's a magazine. It's a very matte finish looking. Is any spirits here with us now? Any spirits which we've communicated with? If Elaine was here, or Jimmy, or I forgot his first name, William is here. Can you please make communication through this device for us, please? Please shout out your name. William, what was your job here? Can you tell us what your job was? What did you do for a living in this building?
Editor.
It sounds a hell of a lot,
It said
mate.
editor.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, it said editor.
Well, we can review it on the
Yeah.
audio anyway. William, we weren't sure what you said there. Can you say that again, please?
Editor.
It's a good full word as well, wasn't it? William, if you could say that word again for us, if that was you, can you shout out your job title in this building? We're here with the utmost respect to make communication with you. We know you were into this kind of stuff. We know you were a medium. We know you were a spiritualist. Can you give us that proof of the afterlife which you sought after, please?
William, what's the name of the newspaper that you used to edit for? What's the name of the newspaper? Can you? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to get another voice.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Nick?
William, if you're here with us now, can you please say your name out loud for us?
William Thomas Stead. In this scenario as we are now, William, this is something you used to do. As we're sat around now, you give me the feeling that you used to sit at a table and do a seance. Is that correct? Can you speak into that device? Come on, give these guys some evidence. You would have sat at a table with a group, just like ourselves, and he used to do this kind of thing. Not with the technology which we have here today, but he would have sat and practiced this kind of thing himself.
William, I'd like you to invite you to the table. There's a spare chair you can come and sit down on. You can come and join our group. And I know you didn't have the equipment to do this sort of thing when you were alive, but you've got the opportunity now to come and use the equipment now and communicate with us as you used to try and do when you were alive.
If you can just enter the room, come closer to me and drop the temperature in the room so these guys can feel that difference in temperature, please. Shout out the date you came here to work. Tell us when you left this place. Where did you go? When did you die? What year did you die, please? William? What was that? Alone. Did you die alone?
You don't need to be alone, William. You can come and join our group. There's a spare chair here for you.
What year did you die? How old were you? Shout out the dates, please, for us. Bring them closer. See if you can touch this light on this table for us, William. Move that light bulb. Come on, this is something you really had a passion in doing. You used to sit at a table with your group, your friends. You know what? What was it?
Shoes.
Shoes.
I think it was irrelevant anyway. I don't know if he's trying to tell us something.
Well,
It's
it
just
will
stupid.
shout out random,
It
but
was just something so random.
William, what we do as our hobby and me as my day job, these guys are different people. These are work in the newspaper industry, just like you did yourself as an editor. But I don't have to prove anything to these guys because I know my beliefs and these guys know their foundings. But we want to prove to these what we already know. So see if you can help us do that. Either come to this machine here and affect the lights. Drop the temperature in this room so it's really cold so we know. Or move this light bulb.
William, you've got something in common with every single person in this room right now, so this is a great time to be able to communicate, whether it's the spiritual side or whether it's the newspaper side.
I think this is the first time.
Not sure if the other swears. I don't even know
It
what that
can
is.
be. We've had many experiences with the afterlife, me as a medium and these guys as paranormal investigators. But these two guys here are here with the utmost respect to get that evidence. We mean you no harm. We're here just to get that evidence from yourselves. And what better person, William, than yourself to give them that evidence? Show yourself as a light and all, maybe in the corner of the room. On the room. Make a loud bang on the floorboards, on this squeaky floor. Or how about you make footsteps across the room and circle us? Come on, give us that noise now for us, please. Use mine and these guys' energy to create that noise. Come on, William. This is a place you walked around all day long. You spent the majority of your life here working as an editor.
I don't think there's the right place in this room.
You'll have spent every hour in the day getting your story. From a young man till when you left the company to do better things. You've told us so much tonight. All we want now is just that evidence, that audible evidence for us. It wouldn't take much energy for you to make these floorboards creak in another part of the room for us. Do you like the change in here? Are you happy for the change? What did it look like back in the late 19th century? Do you watch over these guys whilst doing the jobs?
Business.
What was that?
Business.
Business. Was it just business for you? Did you used to speak Latin? What was that word you said to me? I was told you spoke fluent Latin.
William, can you please show yourself in this camera for me? Can you show us by light, doing a light form? Put yourself into a ball of light. Go past the camera. William, what did you help children do when you were here? What were you helping children do? What did you want to stop?
Was it something to do with the sex trade?
Yes.
Ah, right.
Come on, William, you were such a nice man helping all those children.
Did that really go on here?
Come forward, come speak with us.
I'm being shown like an old grainy video footage, and it's not a physical thing. It's obviously a clear memory for me. But I wanna place this gentleman as I'm being shown as he was here in his 20s years of age, you know, like early 20s. He looks so young, and I know being 45, everyone does who's younger than you, but he only looks like a boy himself. I wouldn't say he was over 25 years of age when he first came here to work.
Not William.
Eh?
Not William. Somebody different.
No, William.
Oh,
William
sorry.
Thomas
Stead.
Stead.
I thought you meant somebody different.
I
sorry.
can see him as a very young boy here, but he's not a teen. He's only.
Or did he start as a paper boy?
I don't know.
I
But he was.
don't even know why I said it.
Boy?
I'm just thinking if he sort of delivered the papers or was like a, like you get
The bug.
the cup of tea people. Sorry.
Come forward, come and speak, please.
That spirit with us now in the corner of the room. Do you want to come forward, please? What is your name, please?
Paul.
Huh?
It's got Paul through.
Paul's come through.
Paul, who would you like to speak to? Can you shout out one of our names?
The young man who stood over there in the doorway, who I'm picking up on, you want to come forward? Come and show yourself to us, please. I can feel your energy coming closer. Come further and speak through this device. What is your name, please? What is your name, young man? Are you on night vision there?
Yeah.
Great. What did you used to do here in this building? Huh?
Records.
Is that what it said? Did you work with the records? Did you work in the file cupboard, the library? How old are you? Can you tell us your name, please? How old are you? Can you tell us your name? Sorry, it's late. How old are you? Can you tell us your age, please? Come on, shout your age out for us, please. There's an energy of a young lad there, and I wouldn't say he was older than 13 years of age, but he's dressed in school attire, but I don't think he's ever been to school by looking at him. And I want to say that he probably worked here from a very young age. The earliest is 20th century, the 1900s. Am I right in what I'm saying? Can you say yes for me? Would you know if they had child labour here? You wouldn't know.
Vicky, you've just got your worm.
Oh, thank you. It always
Can you
comes
tell
out.
us your name, young man? What goes through there? Is it another room? Is there